welcome everyone to Beaver Stadium, nestled in Bucolic State College and home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and one of the loudest, most passionate crowds you'll find anywhere in college football. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker, as we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Army Black Knights, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Nittany Lions will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Army Black Knights offense will get the first possession of the game. And here's the band they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. He wants to throw here on second down. Unleashes one. Got him downfield. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. The Black Knights headed quickly to the line. They'll throw it on first down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, I think the ball just got on the receiver so quickly. He took his time working his route. By the time he got his head around, the ball was already there, and he just wasn't able to stab it.
Pocket starts to collapse. Fires to the middle. Pulls it in. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And the Black Knights are moving quickly down the field.
Yeah, and you see some quarterbacks who hesitate to throw the ball in the middle. I love it when you attack the whole field. And the middle of the field and being able to throw over linebackers and between safeties is a big skill. But show that defense. You will attack everywhere.
And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Trying to get to him. Fakes his man out. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Breaks the tackle. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. This crowd knows when to bring it. The inside handoff. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off?
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And they get a sack there from the linebacker position. There you have it. Linebacker U. This is Penn State defense as we know it. LeVar Arrington, Micah Parsons, Navarro.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense will have its first possession of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down. On the run, it's Whitaker. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone.
Continues to fight for yards. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Got it in the middle. It's Whitaker. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. They're going to run it. And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
Oh, he's got a chance. Touchdown, Penn State! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
That's just not the start you're expecting to see from this guy. Obviously, it's a big game. There's a lot of pressure. The crowd is loud, but we've seen 2 drops in the first quarter from this guy. He's got to crank it up.
Complete and looking for enough for the first down. The Black Knights will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Makes the catch at the 45. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Now adjusting. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Nice job by the defense there, mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
takes a shot. And the pass hits, picked off. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll leave it with him. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
There's just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He'll keep it himself. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And the Black Knights will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to throw, it's Morris. Trying to burn this defensive back. Ball in the air, intercepted! And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. He wants to throw. Fires to the tight end. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. The Black Knights will hustle for the line.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And the Black Knights will send out the punt unit. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. They'll down this one right at midfield. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Looking for his man. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring. So they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Middle Tennessee is down right now, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born today in Murfreesboro. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Northern Illinois. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Black Knights will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Slips through the line. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to...
Lost one deep down the right side.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
The Nittany Lions will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Fowler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Army has it back in the offense ready to go. This is hardly the start they dreamed of, down 21-3. But get a touchdown here and you feel like you're back in it, Jesse.
Yeah, and it's frustrating for this offense as well because they've got the horses. They've got playmakers to light the scoreboard up, much more than the 3 points we're seeing here. I think you just got to stay true to yourself, do you, David, and know that the points are going to come.
Well, it's also frustrating when the defense is giving up points almost every single possession. So they need to score here and take this down, have a good drive, and then the defense needs to pull their weight a little bit too.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Black Knights decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets a block. And the returner will be dragged down. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. They'll give it to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. He'll take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one.
Nothing but green ahead. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. The Nittany Lions have taken it inside the 20. He wants to throw it again. They're setting up the screen. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and that's a nice job selling it by the offense. Dropping back, making it look like it's pass. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space. And he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Fires to the big fella. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He'll come out throwing on first down. Buys a little extra time. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on second down. Wide open downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The Black Knights want to move quickly. He's going to pass. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man on the right. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their heads, and the rush will get to him at the 25. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Pressure coming. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. To the air, it's Morris. Throws to the tight end. On target over the middle. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. And he'll try to bang this one through from 52 yards out and the left hash. And this one splits the uprights. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these 2 teams thus far there in Happy Valley. And we can't get very far into this halftime breakdown without talking about that stud linebacker. The kid's been everywhere all at once through 2 quarters. From clogging gaps to causing turnovers, he's been a one-man gang. Public enemy number 1 for that opposing sideline. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in State College, PA.
And the Black Knights will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Finding an escape route. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Now they'll try to cash in this drive, 1st and 10 from the 50. On the option, he'll pitch it. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Fast motion from the offense. Well, jet sweep pass. Across the 15. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Holds and fires complete to the right. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. PB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking for a man. It's Morris. Headed to the end zone. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that 6th sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the 1st down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Caught in the backfield. It's Klein. Touchdown, Penn State! And the beatdown has ensued. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Army has it back in the offense ready to go. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt, you cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. The Black Knights send out the punt unit. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Inside a minute to go here in the third. To throw, it's Morris. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. It's caught. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. Here comes a third down situation, and the defense has had no answer so far. Now rolling to the left. He's going to run it. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You know what, Reese, it is a great play, and I think they were a nickel, so they brought an extra guy on the field that has some speed, take a linebacker that's a little bit slower off the field, and you could see it paid dividends on that third down.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. First down for this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
One of my coaches always used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe. Sometimes you just got to throw the football away. Sometimes you got to tuck the football down and run. QB standing back in the pockets.
Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the stomping has commenced. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the returner will be knocked down. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
On second down, just keeps firing. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they could...
And he intercepts it. Trying to take it back. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Penn State! They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. NC State was far from the friendly confines of Carter Finley Stadium, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Black Knights will punt it away on fourth down. He's got great speed. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Takes the easy one to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think.
Looking for the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs him for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Makes the grab on the left. He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He'll get rid of it. He makes a catch. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
The offense set for a first down play. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Scanning the field, it's Morris. Going up top. And he's got it at the 25. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. And with that touchdown, I would say this one is out of reach.
It is out of reach. A lot of coaches pull their starters, start to build some of that depth, put some other guys in. But listen, keep playing, keep executing. Their job is stop.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. So they'll try to salvage this drive on 2nd and long from the 12. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 30. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost done.
And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And the route is on. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Hey, quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now...
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on 2nd down. Coming after. Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety.
And that kind of sums up the day for this offense. I mean, nothing has really gone your way. Now you give up the safety. Tell you what, this team's got a lot of work to do over this next week to get better, to improve. This was a bad day.
Offense set on 1st down. They move the tight end all over. To the air on 1st down. Buys a little, and that ball's on the ground behind the line. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said, this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People are fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones We were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for them.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation